Welcome dear students. Today we are going to study practice set 2.2. I am going to read the first example from this practice set. In the figure 2.18, measurement of angle Y is equal to 108 degree and measure of angle X is equal to 71 degree. Are the lines M and N parallel? Justify. Now observe the figure on blackboard. Line M and N are two lines and line N is given, which is a transversal of lines M and N. They have given two angles, angle X and Y, and also they have given measurement of these two angles. Now I am going to take measure of angle Y, that is Y is equal to 108 degree and X is equal to 71 degree. First of all, think about the example orally, that how we are going to complete the given example. Observe the measures of two given angles. First of all, observe the angles in figure. The relation between these two angles X and Y, these are two interior angles of one side of the transversal. Now we are having measures of both the angles. If we take the addition of these two angles, then 108 plus 71, that is equal to 179 degree. That means these two are interior angles, but they are not supplementary. Therefore, since the interior angles are not supplementary, line M and N are not parallel to each other. Now I am going to write the given example, that Y is equal to 108 degree, X is equal to 71 degree. These two measures are given. Now I am going to take angle X plus angle Y, that is equal to 71 degree plus 108 degree. The addition is equal to 179 degree. Angle X plus angle Y is equal to 179 degree. Now I am going to justify angle X and angle Y are not supplementary. Do you know the meaning of the word supplementary? When the measure addition is 180 degree, the two angles are said to be supplementary. And since the interior angles are not supplementary, and therefore since interior angles are not supplementary, and therefore line M and line N are not parallel to each other. This is the solution of example number 1. I will tell you that when you are going to write this example in your notebook, draw figure. No need to write the given example from textbook, since we are going to write given here and then write the solution. That since the addition of two interior angles, those are not supplementary. Therefore, the given two lines are not parallel to each other. Now we will complete next example, that is example number 2. We will complete now second example from the same practice set. In each and every example, two lines are given and therefore I am using the same figure. Only check that the names are again same. If the names are different, change the only names. Now second example from the practice set. I am going to change the names. Now observe again the figure. Two lines are given. Here, these two lines are L and M. Again, N is the transversal and they have given two angles. That is, here angle A is given and here angle B is given. Now I am going to write the given things. They have given that angle A is congruent to angle B. In this example, they have given angle A is congruent to angle B, and you are going to prove that line L is parallel to line M. Observe the given figure on blackboard. They have given two lines and they are transversal. The given lines are line L and M. Transversal is line N, and they have given a pair of congruent angles, angle A and angle B. But observe the given two angles. There is no relationship between the given two angles, and therefore we need help of another third angle. Here I am going to take help of the third angle, which is the angle opposite angle of angle A. That is, here I am going to take the third angle as C, which is opposite angle to angle A. Now observe the figure on blackboard. Since A and C are opposite angles, with the help of our theorem that opposite angles are always congruent to each other, I am having first statement angle A is congruent to angle C. In given, they have already given that A is congruent to B, and therefore from 1 and 2, A is congruent to C as well as A is congruent to B. By our property of transitivity, angle C is congruent to angle B. Now observe the relationship between C and B. Angle C and B are corresponding angles, and we are having the property of corresponding angles that when any one pair of corresponding angle is congruent to each other, the given lines are parallel to each other. Now how to write the proof? I am going to write the steps. First of all, write down the given things, that angle A is congruent to angle B, statement number 1, which is given. Again, we are having second statement, angle A is congruent to angle C, the reason opposite angles. And this is our statement number 2. From 1 and 2, observe the given two figures. A is congruent to B as well as A is congruent to C, and therefore the conclusion is angle B is congruent to angle C. But we are going to write the reason that these two are corresponding angles of each other, but these are corresponding angles, and since the corresponding angles are congruent, and therefore line L is parallel to line N. With the help of only two given properties, we have completed example number 2. Now let us learn about example number 3. Here the figure is different. I am going to draw first of all the given figure. Third example from practice set 2.2. 3 lines are given. and there one transversal is given. Now observe the figure. Here also they have given one extra transversal. Three lines are L, M and N, and the transversal is K. Here angle B is given. Here A is given. Angle X is given, and this one is angle Y. Now I am going to read the example. Angle A is congruent to angle B and angle X is congruent to Y. Then prove that line L is parallel to line N. Now I am going to write the given things. There are two pairs of angles given congruent to each other. Angle A is congruent to angle B. Also, they have given the second pair, angle X is congruent to angle Y. And you are going to prove that line L is parallel to line N. Now, here I am using the corollary which is omitted from our syllabus. Now, this year on page number 21 there are two corollaries. Now, read corollary number 2. If two lines in a plane are parallel to a third line in the plane, then those two lines are parallel to each other. Now here they have given that write the proof of the corollary. Only read this corollary since we are going to use this statement to complete this example. The part is omitted, but we are using the same corollary to complete this example. Here, first of all, they have given that angle A is congruent to B, and that's why my first decision is line L and M are parallel to each other, since this is a pair of corresponding angles, and when a pair of corresponding angle is congruent to each other, the lines are parallel to each other. Statement number 1. Second, they have also given that angle X is congruent to angle Y, and this is a pair of alternate angles, and since alternate angles are congruent to each other, line M is also parallel to N, and therefore line L is parallel to M, line M is parallel to N, and therefore our next and last conclusion with the help of the corollary which I have explained just now, line L is parallel to line N. Now I am going to write the proof. Write the proof that angle A is congruent to angle B. This is given. Therefore, line L, now this is a pair of corresponding angles. First of all, I am going to write that, but these are corresponding angles, and therefore line L is parallel to line N. Statement number 1. Also, they have given that angle X is congruent to angle Y, but this is a pair of alternate angles, and therefore we can write line M is parallel to line N, and therefore this is my statement number 2. Now line M is common and it is parallel to line L and N, and therefore from 1 and 2 we can get From 1 and 2, our decision is that line L is parallel to line N. Now here we have used a corollary which is omitted from our syllabus for this academic year, but since the line M is parallel to L as well as it is parallel to N, L and N, both the lines must be parallel to each other. Now we are going to complete example number 4. Now here in this example number 4, they have given a hint to complete the given example. First of all, read the given example carefully, draw the given figure accurately, then we can easily complete the given example, example number 4. Now here, first of all, draw the accurate figure. One ray is given. From this, this is the given figure. I am going to write the names. Point D, point E. Measure of this angle is given as 100 degree. Again, point B, point A, as well as point C. Here they have given measure of this angle as 50 degree. Now they have also given that ray BA is parallel to ray DE. Now observe the given example. Ray DE is parallel to ray BA. Now I am going to do one important construction, that draw a line passing through this point C and which is parallel to ray AB as well as ray DE. Since both are parallel, when I am going to do this construction, that draw a line which is passing through this point C as well as it is parallel to D, and if it is parallel to D, it should be parallel to BA also. Now, how we are going to find measure of angle ABC? They have given that find measure of angle ABC. You are going to find out measure of this angle ABC. Now, first of all, observe the given figure. Suppose we are using A, B, C, D, E, F and G. I have taken 2 points on the same line. If I want to write the names of the angles, these points are required. Now since they have given that ray DE is parallel to ray AB, and I have in the construction I have taken a line which is parallel to D. If it is parallel to D, ultimately it should be parallel to BA. Now use first property, that since D is parallel to this FG or GF, this is a pair of alternate angles. This entire angle should be of 100 degree. Since the lines are parallel, these two are alternate angles. But here, the angle, alternate angle is D, C and F. We are having measure of this angle as 50 degree, and therefore measure of the remaining angle should be 50, since the entire angle is of 100 degree. Now we are going to write this step, that we are getting this measure as 50 and 50. The total angle is equal to 100 degree. Now again observe, this GF, line GF and ray BA are also parallel to each other, and therefore this is a pair of interior angles, and if the lines are parallel to each other, we know that the interior angle should be supplementary. When I subtract this 50 degree from 180 degree, my answer of this angle is equal to 130 degree. When I subtract 50 degree from 180, my answer is equal to 180 minus 50 is equal to 130 degree. And this is the measure which is asked in your textbook. Now I am going to write the given things. First of all, write ray B is parallel to ray D. Ray B and D are parallel to each other. This is given. Also they have given that angle C is equal to 50 degree and angle D is equal to 100 degree. This is also given. Now you are going to find out measure of angle. Now construction. Draw a line passing through point C and parallel to line AB. Since it is parallel to line AB, it should be ultimately parallel to, and therefore we are getting ray B is parallel to ray D and ray D also it is parallel to line GF or FG. Now from this construction and given, we are having the conclusion that all the three are parallel to each other. Now angle EDC is equal to angle DCF, alternate angles. But therefore angle DCF is equal to 100 degree. Therefore angle DCF is equal to angle DCB plus angle BCF. This is 100, DCB is 50, and now we want angle BCF. 100 minus 50 degree is equal to, write the sign of degree, angle BCF, and therefore angle BCF is equal to 50 degree. Now the last step here. Now apply that since AB is parallel to line FG, therefore angle ABC plus angle BCF is equal to 180 degree. The reason, interior angles. But we are going to find out measure of ABC. Just now we have found that angle BCF is equal to 50 degree, which is equal to 180 minus 50. ABC is equal to 180 minus 50. Final answer is equal to 130 degree. The example is important. It is asked for 4 marks in your exam. Here we have used the property also. First of all, we have used the corollary to determine this step, that when they have given ray D is parallel to BA, in construction we have constructed a line FG which is parallel to D, therefore FG is ultimately parallel to BA. Now also we have used that this is a pair of corresponding alternate angles. First of all, this is a pair of alternate angles. but we are having measure of half part. It is 50 degree, therefore remaining part is also of the measure 50 degree. Also, to find measure of this angle ABC, we have used the property of alternate angles. Since the lines are parallel, alternate angles are congruent to it, interior angles are supplementary, and therefore the sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree, and 180 minus 50 is equal to 130 degree. Now we will complete the next fifth example and solve the similar example number 6 as homework. Now I am going to draw the figure given for example number 5. Fifth example from the same practice set. Here they have given a line the figure is like this. Also they have given bisectors of these two angles, bisector of this angle, also bisector of this angle. I am going to give the names now. The first, this part of the line is AB, this point is D. The measure of these two, since it is a bisector, it is denoted by Y. This point is C, this point is given as F, this is point E, and measure of these two angles is denoted by X. Now I am going to write first of all the given things. I am going to write here given that in given they have given that ray A is parallel to ray BD. AE and BD, these two rays are parallel to each other and their transversal is segment AB. Now also they have given that ray AF is bisector of angle EAB. Also ray BC is bisector of angle AB and D. You are going to prove that line A is parallel to line BC. Now observe the given figure. They have given that these two rays AE and BD are parallel to each other. If I consider AB as the transversal, then this is a pair of alternate angles. And since the lines are parallel to each other, these two alternate angles are congruent to each other. But when I take measure of these two angles, it is equal to 2x, and measure of this entire angle is equal to 2y. And therefore my decision is 2x is equal to 2y, and therefore x is equal to y. X and y is a pair of again alternate angles, and therefore AF is parallel to BC. Now I am going to write the proof. Write the first step. Ray AE is parallel to ray BD and AB is the transversal. Therefore, angle EAB is equal to angle ABD. This is a pair of alternate angles. Therefore, by angle addition postulate, angle EAB is equal to angle EAF plus angle FAB. Also, angle ABD is equal to angle ABC plus angle CBD. Now observe the figure. This entire angle is the addition of these two smaller angles, and the measure of this angle is the addition of these two. Now I am going to substitute x plus x is equal to y plus y. Therefore, 2x is equal to 2y, and therefore x is equal to y. But this is a pair of alternate angles, and therefore line A is parallel to line BC by alternate angle test. Since the given angles x and y is a pair of alternate angles, AF is parallel to BC. Now students, here we have completed our second chapter. One example from this practice set is remaining. Complete that example as similar to this example number 5. Complete example number 6 also in your notebook.